Hi guys, let's tune in. Welcome to my new subscribers. I'm so excited to have you here. Don't get me started, please. Okay, today's discussion, the second one on emotions. We already talked about how emotions have a mental component to them, and now we're going to talk about how emotions also have a physical component, aka in the body. So what are we going to do? We're going to go through a list of definitions of the word emotion and highlight the portion that is related to the body to prove emotions have a physical state. Now let's get into it. Our psychological definition tells us that emotions are a complex mental state involving feelings, thoughts, and physical reactions to stimuli. This means that whenever you are feeling an emotion, your body is most likely displaying a physical reaction to a stimuli. What is a stimuli? You can think of a stimuli as a trigger, whether that's a person, a place, a smell, right? There's many ways in which you can become stimulated, and you have to pay attention to those cues for yourself. Next, biological, the body's automatic response system driven by brain activity and chemicals. I should have included the brain activity and chemicals in the last one, but I think we're okay. But emotions, biological definition, the body's automatic response system. This means whenever you are feeling an emotion, especially if it's very heightened, your body is taking over, aka all of your logic could, depending on how much you have control over it, the logical processing can go out the window and your body is now responding from flight, or freeze. I don't know if you've ever had a reaction and you're like, why did I do that? It might have been your body responding from survival mode. That will be a future lesson on the nervous system. Let's continue. We have our behavioral definition of the term emotion, which says emotions are observable expressions like facial expressions, actions, and body language. This means that when you are communicating with somebody, you can tell the way that they are feeling based off of these factors. But you're also communicating to others the way that you feel based off of your body language. There's the Diary of a CEO has a podcast of this lady talking about body language, and somebody that is lying is going to have body language different from their words. So they are probably more stoic so that you can't read their body language. I just want to continue with the definitions because I'll go on tangents. Last but not least, we have our social definition of emotions, which tells us that emotions are a way of communicating and connecting with others through shared signals. That shared signals portion is something without words, communicating with somebody, connecting with others through something like a smile or a tone of voice. These are non-linguistic factors that are still communicating a form of emotion. So we're done with our definitions, but I asked a question to Google, of course. So, how much communication is in the body? In face-to-face reactions, body language is often cited as making up roughly 55% of the message being conveyed. The exact balance of communication generally follows a well-known model. 55% is body language, 38% is tone of voice, and only 7% is actual words spoken. Are you understanding? Okay, what does this mean? First of all, let's talk about AI for a moment. We know that we can use AI to start studying ourselves, including our emotions, but the only portion of our emotions that AI is able to gather information from is only 7% of the entire emotion. Actually, I just tricked you there. Okay, wait a second. So, because I asked, can AI understand tone of voice? Because that's the other factor. Yes, AI can absolutely understand tone of voice. Thanks to the advanced audio processing and natural language models, modern AI can hear nuances like pitch, volume, cadence, and sarcasm, as well as analyze written text for emotional undertones. First of all, 38% tone of voice, 7% actual words, that's 45%. The body is still winning, 55%, which means if you are talking to somebody, practice muffling out their voice in a respectful manner. Pay attention to what you hear. Just hear the inflections in their voice. Pay attention to their body language. Is it matching up with what they're saying? More of the communication is coming from the body. So I'll give you 2 examples from my travel. Number 1, when I was traveling in Asia, I didn't speak the language and I was switching countries very often. So I had no choice but to pay attention to body language and tone of voice and facial expressions. I'm traveling alone. I have to make sure that I'm safe, but more of the communication is coming from those signals anyway. Because even if we add 55 plus 38, which is 98%, we can include the tone and voice in the non-linguistic factors. Now we're really winning with the body or non-linguistic factors, whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, second thing. You guys, I forgot the second point, but hopefully it will come up. Now that we got through that, so we talked about previously in the last lesson, because thoughts and emotions are also connected, right? You can gatekeep your emotional state through your thoughts. Happy emotions, bad thoughts, negative emotions. So most of the time we don't want to feel bad emotions, so we want to keep our thoughts as happy as possible. But if you recall from our multiple intelligences discussion, there are many types of intelligences, but linguistic is one, and emotions are one, right? I'm sure that there's other that I'm forgetting about, but the point is, if you are a mental person, you're going to use your thoughts to understand your emotions. But this is for my emotional people. Hello. You're going to use your emotions to understand your thoughts. In the same way we're looking at our database to say, why am I having that thought? Who and what and where is it connected to? Do I need to unplug from that data? What new data do I need to take in, right? But our emotional states are communicating a form of intelligence as well. It's telling you something. And especially in terms of the emotion, it's a lot. So, in the same way we're paying attention to our thoughts, we're paying attention to what things, people, places, things, whatever in our database, what are these factors making us feel? And based off of what you're feeling, you're most likely going to have a thought attached to it, and now you connect to the database, okay? By the way, I don't know if you guys are into this, but I'm a Scorpio. I'm actually a Scorpio stellium. Water signs, right? I'm a water trine too, don't get me started, are very emotional people, but I'm an Aquarius moon. The age of Aquarius. Okay, Aquariuses, especially in the moon sign, are really able to detach from their emotions. So even though I'm an emotional person for sure, I am able to cut all of it off and intellectualize it, hence the channel. Okay, anyway. I want to talk about 2 things concerning negative thoughts and emotions. Usually, thoughts that are on a replay in our head over and over again are there because you are not wanting to feel the emotion attached to that thought. You have to go back, go look at the subconscious and preconscious lesson to understand how to start accessing your subconscious brain so you can feel that emotion attached to the memory and stop the loop. You with me? Think about how many people are suffering from anxiety, constant thinking about the future. Other people are dealing with depressions, constant thoughts about the past. Both of those thought clusters are attached to emotions that you don't want to feel. We have to start feeling, and then I'm stopping there. The last point that I want to bring to your attention is that the same way it's very hard for us to change our thoughts because it's connected to our database and our experiences. Go watch the lessons. In that same way, when you are used to having an emotional state, you also feel most comfortable feeling those specific emotions. I know. And this is where, as I was healing my brain and healing my nervous system, I was having a lot of progress in that area. But when it comes to changing your database, having new experiences for your brain to pull data from, it also means that you have to be willing to feel the emotions attached to those new experiences and thoughts. Different lesson. But point is, I asked AI this question. Thoughts are hard to change from past experiences. Why is it hard to have new emotional states? And AI told me a few reasons new emotional states can feel difficult is because the brain prioritizes familiarity over happiness. Emotions are tied to survival learning, right? Looking for past experiences in the present. Even after circumstances change, the body may still react as if the old environment is active. Let's continue. Thoughts and emotions reinforce each other, right? If you can't break out of that loop, you're going to be stuck with the emotions. If you can't get out of the emotions, you're going to be stuck with thought, is essentially what's happening here. I know, guys, one step at a time. We can do this. Okay, then we have new emotional states initially feel unfamiliar, not natural. This is a part of what I was talking about. Calmness, trust, confidence, or joy can actually feel uncomfortable at first if your system isn't used to them. Sometimes people interpret unfamiliar calm as something's wrong because vigilance became normal. If you get it, you get it. You can be so used to those negative emotions that when you're feeling something positive, it doesn't even feel safe. And this is a little bit when we get into our manifestation, right? We want to make sure that our beliefs are in alignment. Of course, we will have a manifestation plus emotions lesson as well. Last but not least, and this is a very good point. The brain retrieves emotions associated with old experiences quickly. Strong emotional memories are stored with sensory and bodily associations, not just facts. That's why reactions can feel immediate and involuntary. This is gold. When we're talking about those thoughts, changing the thoughts in the database, we're there. Again, I just talked to you about being able to return back to the memory that is causing the loop. And the point is that memory that you need to go access through the subconscious, that memory didn't just store a thought. It didn't just store a story of what happened to you. It stored sensory and bodily associations with it. You've got to process these emotions. Coming soon in my app. And also, if you decide to just keep watching, I'm trying my best to bring this information forward because, as I was healing, I was looking here and there. I didn't even know where to look because I didn't really know, right? I can't have the thought if it's not in my database. I didn't even know how to start changing because I didn't know what needed to be changed. So I'm trying to bring information to you guys that will aid in this process. Just listening to me is not enough. What is our saying, I guess? Awareness is not enough. You have to integrate what we are talking about. And I rather you guys focus on integration than trying to figure out what's wrong or where to get information from, because the integration part is hard enough. And I got your back. And thanks for having mine. All the love you guys are giving me. It's new data for me, new experiences. So thanks. Any hooser, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm ordering a microphone, and I'm also trying to embody what I'm trying to bring forward to you guys. If I try to record all day, every day, that is old data for me. Me thinking that I have to constantly produce in survival state. So I'm trying to be a little bit more graceful with myself, even though I want to work all the time. Sorry. So that I can learn that just resting and being is okay. And I want to come to you guys informing you of this information in the best state I can be so that you can feel that energy too. So be patient as I come out with more videos, and just know that I'm working on this experience just like you guys. Again, thank you for all the love. Shout out to number 12 and the person that said they don't know why they're here. I'm happy we found each other. Okay. I'm leaving, and I will see you guys in the next discussion about emotions. Bye.